Today was sunnier and warmer. The frost this morning gave way to a warm and beautiful sunny day. We uncovered the rows of the gardens to let the tomatoes and peppers stretch their legs, get some fresh air and sunshine. And they seem to be none the worse for wear. Or at least not too much. The ground cherries, which actually didn't get covered up, seem to have fared okay. They've got a little bit of frostbite. The peas, of course, fared well. Some of the peppers got pushed over a little with the wind trying to carry away the buckets they were covered with. But otherwise, they look good. And in the bean rows, we're finally starting to see just the very first few little bean sprouts just coming up out of the ground. I don't know if you can see that with all the contrast. But they're finally coming up. It seems like it's been a long time, but it really has only been a week or two since we got this bed started for the beans and the peppers and the tomatoes. The cabbages have been in a little longer, but not much. And the Brussels sprouts, they're getting up there, starting to get tall. Before you know it, they'll be making little sprouts. And in between them, the bok choy is settling in. Finally starting to get their grow on. Nothing yet from the purple hull peas, but I'm hoping to see them very soon. The radishes are putting forth the white icicles and the French breakfasts. We're getting regular harvests from those guys. We get one once in a while from the red ones. Nothing yet from the blacks or the watermelon radishes. Now these cabbages here are the ones that we bought to replace the ones that didn't germinate. If you want an example of what happened with their germination, this is one of the ones that we seeded ourselves. And you can see the difference. There's just an enormous difference in how well the ones that we bought already started are doing compared to the ones we seeded. So I don't know if it's the seed or the ground or the both, but the cabbages didn't do so well. And I do believe that those were the market mores. I'll have to look at my planting thing. My chart got a little messed up. The romaine lettuce is starting to do really well. We're starting to see some heading up action. Now these, I think, are also cabbages, but I'm not sure. This may be one of the broccolis. And only a few of those came up also. So I seeded this tomato, and I had it in a little bag, and I had too many tomatoes, so I just plunked that tomato down in there. This section here was supposed to have been, I think, a cabbage or something, and it didn't come up, so I reseeded it. The new thing isn't up yet. But we're getting a lot of these little seedlings, and these are not anything I've planted. This is bindweed. And if you've never had bindweed in your garden, be happy, because you don't want it. It will take right over, just take over the place. And then the mustard is going to town finally. The spinach is doing well, getting a little weed pressure from the lamb's quarters. But we'll be taking those out very soon, and I'll probably make us a pot of greens from those. So we're going to get those lamb's quarters out of there. These